Well, I figured it was about time I did a video kind of solely for YouTube. I haven't posted on there in quite a while. I probably will post it on Facebook as well, but I post on there quite often about this. So this is more so for the people on YouTube that are interested in this type of thing. So we have a Thunder Valley racing circuit here in Mid-Coast, Maine. I have been a member since June, I think. I can't remember. And this started out as the stock class. It was just a straight base model pooling. And each race, I've kind of added more to it. Now it's kind of at a point where it's a competitor. Last race, I think I was just shy of semifinals. So that would make me, what, like fourth, fifth, maybe even sixth. I can't remember. Won two races. The more so from the other people having. I think one was a mechanical malfunction, and the other was, I'm not really sure what his thing was. But I'm pretty sure he had an issue. So, but I'm aiming for some good races this time around. Some things that I did. So starting off, I just wanted to kind of get a feel for racing these things. I've never raced a lawnmower before. I've raced all sorts of stuff, but there's a lot of custom stuff going on here, and wanted to kind of get a feel for it in stages. And plus, it takes time. I run the shop. I know it doesn't look like much, but I do small engine repair here. And so it was kind of something I can do at night after I'm, done. But there's it's kind of one of those no pressure hobbies. So I started off just stock, overrode the governor, raced it one race, raced it another race with, I don't know if I don't believe I had the wheelie bar or the Kohler in it. I had a Kohler in it. Anyways, the Kohler pooched like they all do, pretty much. Didn't like it. And so I got this 14.5 horse Briggs and Stratton industrial commercial flathead, and I moved it forward about, I think it's about 8 inches. It might have been 7. I can't really remember. Can't really see all that well, but there it be. As you can see, I mean, that's where the engine sat before the Kohler. I moved it forward. I pulley swapped it. I believe I'm running, I think it's like a 6.5 or 7-inch pulley on the front. I'm running a 2.5 on the back. The only reason I'm running the 2.5 is because that's what I had. I haven't ordered. I'm thinking about going to a 3. But with this setup, I welded on a pipe, and actually it's welded there somewhere, and I'm gonna wrap that. I'm gonna put exhaust wrap on. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do after I'm done with this video. But I have like a slip on, so I can take that off, take the head apart real quickly. I just did head gasket. The head was gnarly dirty. In fact, to the point where I have another head. I didn't use it this time, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be this winter resurfacing that head. I'm going to resurface this engine. Possibly do a rebuild on it. The piston looked all right. It's got great compression, so I really don't think the bottom end really needs to be messed with. But top end, definitely. I mean, it's put together. It's got great compression, and it runs good. So that's what's important. But the head is in hard shape. But let's see, what else? got going on here. I fixed the electrical issue. It had a bad ground, so that was pretty simple. Really nothing fancy up there. I used this Wizard hood because that was I had a parts one come in, and it was the only one where all I had to do was cut a minimal amount to fit the hood on there, and that's kind of the reason I did that. Looks like a ladybug, so you know that's going for it. Project build name is Jolene. Jolene, Miley Cyrus's version of Jolene was playing while I was working on it, and I'm like, oh yeah, Jolene. Please don't take my man. So basically, my girlfriend will play that before I got on the track, in hopes that Jolene won't kill me as I'm going down the track. Front end is pretty much basic, just pushed it forward. I used the enclosure for the front axle as a plate, and I welded it right to the front to clear the steering. So it dropped it down just a little bit, and then I just welded the bolts, welded 2 on the axle and 1 on the back side. That way it's, just take the nuts off and it comes right off. I did that so, because in the future I want to flip it, lower the front end. But for now, it's fine. I think it goes quite well. Running the littles on the front, got those little tiny things on the front. I got these ag tires off from Amazon the other day. I lucked out and was able to reuse the old tube on one. Did use one on the other side, but it's obviously got a hole in it, so gotta replace that before the race on Saturday, our last race. Wheelie bar is where it needs to be now. I was running it a little higher because I literally just threw it together with 5 minutes, to spare before I had to leave to go to the race. This whole build has been just like pretty much a day before the race, do some stuff and hope that it holds up. Wheelie bars, it's pretty sturdy. I know the geometry of that triangle is not much, but it works fine. I was running a 205 Peerless. I blew that, and now I got a 206 in it, which livened it up a lot, like a lot. Pretty impressed with the overall operation of it now. I definitely think it's a competitor now in the small mod class. I was able to put, I had the parts machine that, no, that hood came off of something different. I had a parts machine, I just parted out, got that seats just like new, got a brand new battery in it. I'll fire it up for you, and then just gonna end the video, and maybe I'll try to be better at posting more, because people love this stuff. I love it. It's awesome. Laid back hobby. Get to go out and get a little adrenaline pumped into you every now and then. It's not super. They have points and stuff, but I'm really not that concerned. I'd love to win a race, but if I don't, it's really not that big of a deal. It's fun. So I'll fire it up here. Use my other foot. Oh. I probably have the fuel shut off. Yep, I do. I'm a stickler for that. Kill switch all works and everything. It does work. I gotta throw some lithium grease in that. It's sticking. But yeah, I love it. I'm really happy with it. I want to run. I mean, this is going to be it. I really don't think I'm going to improve on it other than possibly lowering the front down. Might do some stuff with the carburetor. I got it tuned. I got this carburetor tuned to this engine perfectly, but they will let us do some modifications, so I might do a little bit of modification there, but I love how it goes. It goes great. I think probably I got a bunch of other projects here. Maybe I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be one of them guys. It's just like, oh, look at all my shit. But yeah, I got a go-kart project. I run my own business, so that's a client's mini bike, dirt bike thing. I got a 4Trax 125 project over there. I just did an engine swap in this John Deere. This was kind of funny. It came in, Kohler, junk, ran no oil, overheated it. Possibly we'll rebuild the engine, but I'm not going to do it right now. Obviously, I work out of here. I can do it. I don't have I don't have like a hone or anything. That's easy enough to get, but I'm not advertising to do that, and until I get a garage in here and get some, better surfaces and stuff, have it be cleaner. I really don't want to do tons of internal work. But so I worked out a deal. We traded a lawnmower, a push lawnmower for it, plus the labor I had into it and having to go get it. Because the client was like, I don't really want to have to spend all that much. We spent a bunch of money on it the last couple of years, have it pretty much. But I was parting out this Poolin, that red one over there, and I had a 12 and a half, or yeah, I think it's a 12 and a half horse. Yeah, 12 and a half horse Briggs and Stratton, and I'm like, oh man, that thing's the same bolt pattern, the muffler drops in the same spot and everything. I'm like, I mean, I know we're losing like 100 cc's here, but I think it would work. So, and the engine ran good, the Briggs and Stratton did. So I bolted it all up, I wired it up, I put an inline electric fuel pump, and took it out and tested on it, and it mows awesome. It's definitely, you definitely notice it doesn't turn up nearly as much as that Kohler did. It's only a small difference. You definitely notice it when you engage the blades. That's about the only time you're really like, oh man, this thing's underpowered. But it's not that bad, and it runs great, and it mows great. I mowed some pretty thick, deep grass down the road here, and it mows as it should. So I called the guy up, and I told him, sent him a video, and he's like, no way. He's like, oh man. And he asked me, he's like, how much you got into it? And so I gave him a bill, and he was more than happy. He's like, that's reasonable. He's like, yeah, we'll definitely do that. And I gave him a little bit of a warranty. I told him, mow to the end of the year, which is probably only like 3 or 4 more mows. And if it, holds out, the engine holds up to it, good, next season, just bring it and I'll go through it and do some maintenance to it, and that's it. But if it doesn't hold up, I'll give you, part of the money back, and I'll just come and grab the mower, and you won't be any worse than you were, a couple days ago. So, I know I'm talking a lot, but I figured I'd, kind of show you guys what else I got going on here. I keep forgetting about my YouTube account because, obviously stuff goes on. That was a new project. Got Mercury Grand Marquis. It's a 92, no rust at all, 4.6 liter. Goes great. Got a class 3 hitch on it now, so I can haul mowers. Out back here is my Jenny. As you can see, there's friggin' stuff everywhere. I got a Bolin's big frame, belt slipping. That's literally the only thing that thing needs. I just got to tighten that belt up. I friggin' didn't use it for a while. I don't know why, because I literally love that tractor so much. It's a hoot to drive, and it's a powerhouse. And then this is the Abomination. This is our lawnmower. This is what I mow the lawn with. That's what that Wizard hood came on. It runs great. It goes great. needed another hood, and this hood came off from my what is now the Ice Racer project, the hot rod mower. A friend of mine built it. Sadly, he is disabled, and his wife didn't want to see it just sit there and kind of never ever get used, so worked out a kind of a deal where it'll always be his, but I'm kind of its caretaker, and I'm gonna put it out there, but I'm gonna be ice racing with it, and I didn't want to damage this hood that he painted and fabricated a hood scoop on it and everything, so I didn't want to break it or mess it up in any way. And it has fenders too, so I took those off and I replaced them with a nice old square body set of what am I trying to say, sheet metal. I'll just show you that real quick, and then I'm gonna end it because I got stuff I gotta do. It's a mess out here. I gotta clean it up, and it's sitting over here in the bushes. This friggin' jewel weed stuff is a nightmare. It just, I pull it out and it just grows back 10 times worse. But there it be. I took took all the sheet metal off that he did anything to, because if I crashed into somebody else, I didn't want to, I got spindles and all that stuff, but sheet metal, sometimes it's getting harder and harder to find that stuff, and that was custom. So and all this is just an opposed twin. There's nothing super fancy going on here other than the true dual exhaust. It's right off the headers, that diameter all the way back to there. Those are the tips. Sounds just like a Harley Davidson. It's got a live rear end in it that he built, custom made. Pretty cool. I was running that 2.5-inch pulley. I'm probably gonna go to a 3, I think, because it's got plenty. This thing will do, with that 2.5-inch pulley and the gearing from the sprockets, it'll do like almost 60 miles an hour. 50, I'd say probably 55. There's a couple things I got to do to kind of reinforce it, but I'm gonna pick the tires or get some that are picked, and gonna race it on the ice this winter. Super excited to do that because it's wide, which is the best part about it. I got another set of tires. They're a little bit bigger that I'm gonna pick as well. That thing is, I'll be willing to bet that I can do pretty well on the ice with that thing, because I ride it around the roads out here in the wintertime just with no picks on it, and it handles great, gets good traction, drifts like you wouldn't believe, and just flies. So anyways, that's my video. Like and subscribe for more. If the more people I get, the more I'll notice, hey man, I need to upload videos. I got literally no fans right now, nothing, which, I mean, yeah, just a bunch of rusty metal with rubber under. I mean, makes noise, and yeah, that's what I like to do on this channel. So if you like it, subscribe, share, and I'll make more content. Awesome. Over and out.